everyone, and this video I will be talking about the campaign number 6, which is the ICATOR lawsuit, and this is campaign number 6 on the campaigns tab in the Targeted Individuals UK website. And just to give you a brief overview before I start, so just please bear with me this, I just want to recap that we now have 9 campaigns on the Targeted UK website, and I'm asking that every person read all of these campaigns on the Targeted UK website and write them down on their to-do lists, and please do every single one of these campaigns until they're ticked off your to-do list. That's the kind of level of action and commitment that's really going to get us working on the same page to stop this. The other thing is to read the current goals section and keep going back to the current goals section. This just emphasises the current goals that we're working on in the UK community together, so please go back weekly and check for any changes. This allows us to work on specific campaigns at the same time to make a real impact. For example, if we all write a letter into 10 Downing Street in the same week, it's going to create a bigger impact. That's the benefits of working together. The other thing to say is that it is the most important web page in the whole of the Targeted UK website. That's the current goals tab under the campaigns section. So another quick reminder, all of these campaigns are working towards and dovetailing towards 10 Downing Street taking action to stop these crimes, to create new legislation. So all of these campaigns that I've put on there, that is the outcome, which is very important for people to be aware of. So starting with the ICATOR lawsuit. So I'm just going to read this to give you an overview, and then I'm maybe going to go over a few of the most important points just to kind of emphasize what they meant. So please bear with me while I read this through, because this is the best way for me to convey exactly what Melanie Rittram has said. So she said, "Dear members and victims," Melanie Rittram is the head of ICATOR, by the way, who's running the lawsuit. And this is an international lawsuit as well, so anyone who's listening internationally, please listen to this. So she says, "Dear members and victims, after decades in which the human rights have been abused in the most abject manner, we have decided to become firmly committed to the legal defence of victims. We did this by selecting a renowned criminal lawyer who found a way to include victims around the world in our complaint. Indeed, the members of ICATOR, who are Belgian residents, as well as the association itself, will be the plaintiffs, while the foreign residents will be the witnesses in this case. Our goal is to create a precedent in Belgian justice which should lead in any country whatsoever to a judicial decision just as favourable to the victims. Indeed, the state has a duty to protect its civilians. Otherwise, it is guilty of complicity and negligence." So that's the angle they're going for. "After all national remedies have been exhausted, we have the right to appeal to the European Court of Human Rights in Strasbourg. Our lawyer has decided to launch criminal and non-civil proceedings for the simple reason that this will allow us to obtain a specially appointed judge to lead the proceedings. If there are indications of a crime, the examining magistrate can initiate an investigation at the request of the public prosecutor or victims who become a civil party. The investigating judge can hear witnesses and suspects and appoint experts. If necessary, the investigating judge can also order binding measures such as search and seize, the arrest and charge of a suspect, the questioning of the accused, telecommunications research, body search, surveillance of telecommunications, telephone tap, DNA analysis. When the judge has completed his investigation, he transmits the file to the public prosecutor. If you want to participate in the legal case, please join ICATOR as a member, if you have not done so already. The annual membership fee is €60 for a regular member and €120 for a supporting member, which is recommended. To join us, you will find the link for our GoFundMe page as well as our IBAN number. If you decide to make a bank transfer, We draw your attention to the fact that if you choose GoFundMe as your payment method, you have to add an additional €10 because GoFundMe takes a commission. If you are already a member and if the membership fee for this year has been paid, simply renew it at the end of December 2021 for the new year. As a member of ICATOR, you are eligible to participate in legal proceedings conducted by our association. If you want to participate, we invite each one of you to donate €100 so that our lawyer can initiate the legal process and acquire the forensic expertise that initiates it. We invite you to use the GoFundMe and add an additional €10 because this page is intended for donations from all over the world. Once the €15,000 necessary for the legal expertise has been gathered, we will launch the legal process immediately. You will receive legal forms to fill out and explanations concerning it. We will create sworn translations so that you can express yourself in your native language. Our lawyer and his team will review and assess all of your evidence. Then the investigating judge will hear you. Given the alarming rate of deaths, whether caused by these weapons or suicide, our aim is to raise the necessary funds immediately so that an investigating judge can be assigned to our cause right away. We also send confirmation letters to recognise your donations and contributions to our cause. Once our goal is reached, you will immediately be notified of the start of the legal process and will receive further information about it. I hope that your contributions will enable us to launch the legal process as soon as possible. Please accept, dear members, dear victims, my best regard, Melanie Vittram, President of ICATOR. So I'm going to include the link for this most important document in the description below. And I'm just going to quickly go over some of the key points. So the whole point of this is to set a precedent worldwide. So initially they're going to be taking legal proceedings to the Belgian courts, national courts in Belgium. And if they win, they set a precedent where this can then happen in Europe and the world. And if they lose, they will take it to the European Court of Rights because they have to exhaust all national remedies in the Belgian court first before they can take it to an international court like the European Court of Human Rights, the International Criminal Court, etc., etc. So if they lose in Belgium, they will take it to the European Court of Rights or another international court. And the idea, regardless, is to build up a whole body of evidence, a whole plethora of evidence, which can then be used. This will set the precedent, and that body of evidence can then be used to create other lawsuits around the world, whether that be in America, South America, or globally, or within individual countries, potentially. This will give a body of evidence which can be used in them cases, and will also set a precedent, if they win, for success in these other countries or continents. So please remember that anyone worldwide can submit evidence, even though this is a Belgium case initially. And this is worthwhile doing because this builds up the whole body of evidence which can then be used in similar lawsuits. And then that body of evidence globally will just build and build and build, and that massive evidence will become so overwhelming, so great, that the chance of winning will become greater and greater the bigger that massive evidence builds. So it's really important that internationally, if you have any good evidence or evidence at all that's worthwhile, that's significant, please send it to Alison Smith. So Alison Smith, email is Alison G Smith 1986 at gmail.com. I'm going to say that again. That's Alison, ALISON, G for golf, Smith, SMITH 1986 in other words, at gmail.com. Please email her with any evidence you have, and this is really key point for people internationally and globally, to send Alison your evidence. And if you don't have any evidence, then you can submit also a witness statement. You can submit a witness statement instead to Alison. If you have evidence and you'd like to submit a witness statement as well, I believe that is possible. They need as much evidence, whether that be general evidence, good evidence, or witness statements as possible. So please send your witness statement to Alison or contact her regarding sending a witness statement. She's available for any questions, so if you email her at that email, she can answer any of these specific questions and the way to go forward, because it may need to be your witness statement, I believe, has to be done in a specific format. So it's worth questioning her first, worth contacting her first, and asking the format in which that needs to be done. Thank you very much. And generally, please remember, she's available for questions. So if you need any questions about giving evidence, witness statements, about the ICATOR lawsuit, please do question her. Alison also puts updates on the Targeted UK blog about the ICATOR lawsuit. So you will see how that's progressing over time. And that's really important to keep checking back on the news section on the Targeted UK website. The news section is the blog section, it's the same thing. So please join, please get involved, and please support this brilliant initiative. This is the first time that I've seen a credible lawsuit being filed. Most of the lawsuits have come and gone before they've even got started. And I believe, ICATOR is a very credible organisation, and the leadership and management within that are very credible and organised too. And so this is a serious lawsuit. This is one that's worth joining, in other words. Another thing that's really, really important to emphasise is that they have nearly raised the 15,000 euros to start the lawsuit, as far as I'm aware, and they just need, I believe the last time I recalled, it was another 5,000 euros that they were trying to obtain from the 15,000 goal, which was needed for the lawyers to start the lawsuit. So I believe they're about 2/3 of the way there, although they were at last time that I heard, but there may be some kind of update on that. The point is I believe currently they need more people to get involved, more people to support the lawsuit, because it's only when people join ICATOR and raise the funds for the lawyer, for the legal proceedings, that the lawsuit will actually start. So it's very important to support this initiative, to join either as a regular or a supporting member, ideally a supporting member, and I will include the link to join and to provide that donation to join in the description below. So I must emphasize, please get involved. This is a great initiative. We are very lucky to have this, that a group has gone out their way to organize this for TIs globally, to set this precedent. So we all need to take personal responsibility, personal initiative, and get organized to get our evidence in and to help in whatever way we can, even if that's just sharing, or giving in a witness statement. We all can get involved in some way. So thank you very much for listening, and that's all I really want to say. This is an incredibly important campaign, and one that's more global in scope. So let's take advantage of the campaigns that people are doing out there. Recognise, please, that when people are putting together campaigns, it takes a lot of effort and a lot of consistent work to not just start them, but to market them, to have any kind of tangible success in the TI community. So please don't take that for granted, and appreciate any group that is putting together, group or individual that's putting together campaigns, because it's not easy. It's not easy at all. So I appreciate all your help and any help that people have given me towards any of the campaigns I've done or any of the initiatives that I've done. That goes without saying, that I massively appreciate that. So thank you, and please support all of the campaigns that are being done, on the Targeted UK website and via ICATOR. Thank you very much.